everybody. So I'm in, I don't know, either Ann Arbor, Michigan, Dearborn, Michigan, or Detroit, Michigan. I'm not even sure anymore because GPS is crazy. But I do know that I am at the Ford Planted Museum. And I didn't know how big this place was. So I got here a little late today. It's after 2 o'clock and it's only open till 5. And there's 3 total sections. There's the museum, and then there's the Greenfield Park, which is other American historical buildings, and then there's actually the plant where they're building a Ford F-150. But anyway, I'm just going to check out the museum because I won't have time for the rest today. And just so you know, it is hotter than hell in Michigan right now. Unbelievably hot. Right in front of me are the presidential vehicles built by Ford. But we'll take a look around. Again, because it is a museum, I'm not going to take a picture of everything, just some things, because you have to come check it out for yourself. This is the actual car that President Kennedy was shot in. Every time I say Kennedy, it sounds like I say Kenny. I don't know why. But anyway, this is the actual car President Kennedy was shot in. This car right here was President Reagan's car. And that fin on the back was because people actually did have to hold on to the back. This place is huge. I don't know that I'll even make it through myself today. That is crazy. Look at that. Holy cow. So right now I'm in the furniture section of the Henry Ford Museum. And this is kind of funny. It's the quietest section. That's why I dipped in here for a second, because this place is packed. It is a Saturday, so that's why. But that is an old-fashioned baby swing and jumper combo. And this is innovative furniture that could actually be used modern day. That little stool folds up. There's some pretty neat stuff in here. The Maxon House. It's supposed to be the house of the future, and it was built in the 1940s. Oddly, in the 1970s, I went on a field trip to one. But look at that rotary closet. It's pretty cool. And here's a bedroom. Oh, the bathroom is. So there's the bathtub. There's a sink. And there's a toilet. It's supposed to be a house. It's so weird. I was in one of these in Arizona in the 70s. Cool. Here's the actual kitchen. It is so weird because it looks like so much of the house is missing. And it's so different than the one I saw in the 70s. The one I saw in the 70s had a sunken living room and sunken kitchen. But this is the living area. It's 1,000 square feet. Huh, interesting. I was going to go see this separately, but it's actually in the Ford Museum on display and make a separate video. But there you go, the diorama house. Or why don't we live in a Maxon house? Watch this film to find out. Anyway, interesting. The riveter up there. I feel like this video of the Ford Museum is going to be lacking because there are just so many people here and it's hard to record. There's so many directions to go in. So I'm just going to call it a mumbo jumbo of stuff because that's what it has. I actually haven't found many of the vehicles yet, which is so bizarre, but it's got all kinds of stuff from the past, which I thought was going to be in a different section, but I keep getting lost in here, so we'll just kind of look around. This is an old oil fracking pump. The ones that you see when you're driving around the country now are much smaller and much simpler. Actually, some are big, but a lot of them are much smaller and much simpler. I have to tell you, I am 100% overwhelmed by the Henry Ford Museum because I expected it to be like, I don't know, maybe a Ford from every year or every other year throughout the museum. But there's literally everything here from every sort of era in the world since the beginning of pretty much time. And yes, there's a whole mathematician area that goes all the way back into the 1600s of science. It's pretty dang cool, but I'm overwhelmed by it. There's just so much to look at and see. And again, so many people here because it's a Saturday. I don't know if I already said, but the Henry Ford area is actually in 3 areas. There's the Ford Museum, and there's the Greenfield Park, and then there's where you can actually see a Ford F-150 being built. But just all this stuff is amazing. Look at this. It shows you all the workings of factories and everything. and I can't even decide like what to take pictures of, what not to take pictures of. So I'm literally just walking around recording the random manufacturing part because that's really what Henry Ford was about. But I have to tell you, this place is freaking phenomenal. I should have allotted a lot more time than an afternoon to walk through the museum to come here. I should have allotted more time. But that is something I do not have today. But I will be back. I'm coming back to Michigan anyway. So, the greatest thing in the world is to have the love of God in your heart. The next greatest thing is to have his electricity in your house. Tennessee farmer, about 1940. Yeah, this place is crazy. Do you hear all the people? That board game Mousetrap. Well, that's what I feel like. I feel like, because look at this. I went to go this way, and there's this weird screen wall. Now I'm going this way, and I'm headed to Adventures in Early Flight. I still have not found any cars, except for the first 3 I showed you. That is kind of crazy. I'm going to go in here and see what's going on, but I probably won't record much of this because I already did the Air Force and the Flight Museums. But holy cow, the place is huge. But I feel like I'm stuck in a giant mousetrap walking around. Cars at the Henry Ford Museum. Holy Toledo. Let's check it out. Oh, that's funny that I said holy Toledo. That's not even something I say. Check that out. That's a Mustang. And look at this. Some sort of race car. 1893, Henry Ford built this with pieces from his kitchen sink. Yep, that's cool. This is the part I was looking for. Look at all these old cars. I don't know why I love this stuff. I've never driven in any of these things. I do see some of them on the road when they like follow each other for those car shows. And I have been to a couple car shows, but I think these things are cool. So I wanted to come here to specifically see this stuff. But the place is huge. It would take, I would say, at least 3 days and you still wouldn't get through the whole thing. It's equivalent to some of the Washington, D.C. museums. It really, really is. It's amazing. And I got here at 2 o'clock, so I don't have time for everything because it closes at 5. But holy cow, I mean, look. That's just the car section. That's what I thought the whole museum was going to be. I don't know what I read about the museum that made me think it was going to be much smaller, but it's not. Made me a little jealous. Back in the day, that car right there was less than $300. Isn't that amazing? Look at these. They're just super cool. Actually have a diner inside a diner car in the Henry Ford Museum. One of my old favorites, a Studebaker. Pretty cool, huh? Here's one of the self-driven cars. So I'm gonna maybe get a snack and then I will see what I'm gonna see. Now in the Henry Ford Museum, but this is Dwight D. Eisenhower's presidential ride. It's so weird. I suddenly just came across a ton of cars. It's Franklin Roosevelt's presidential ride, which is so weird because I had to walk right by all of this stuff when I first came in. Bizarre. Found a whole nother section. I'm gonna have to guess that this must have been Lincoln's. But maybe I already took a picture of that. I don't know. No, that is Teddy Roosevelt's. Alright, we're going this way. Look at this. I don't know how I missed this as I came in because I swear the entrance I came in is right there. But check this out. Look at that old taxi cab. And then there's a Tour with Texaco tour bus. This is so cool. Wait till we get to the other side and there's some of the old electric cars. Because I don't know if you know that gas cars came first and then electric came and they wanted to stick with electric because they thought it was more efficient. But it didn't work out, so they went to gas and now they keep trying to bring back the electric. And maybe it is more efficient now. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. We have an old car seat display up here. Pretty cool. First of all, it's got round windows for a panoramic view. And then, I don't know if you could tell in there, but it's got bucket seats. So there can actually be 3 people in the front seat and 3 people in the back seat, and they'd all be facing each other. The 1997 General Motors EV1 electric car. And it even still looks modern and has the keypad on the outside of the door. I didn't even know they had those in 97. And then this is a strange electric car. It actually looks like some sort of military vehicle to me. And then there's one of the first original electrics. They even have RVs here. That's the VW Bug. It even has a kitchen in it. That is pretty cool. See the booth seats, the kitchen table, and then check this out. They got an Airstream over here, but you can't really see through the Airstream's door. Just a little bit. They got the screen closed. But I think it's cool how they have the screen on the Airstream. But that is cool. And then they have, of course, the pop-up Camp Wahoo pop-up. This is pretty neat. And ta-da! More cars. Just what we came looking for. This is pretty crazy, and just so you know, trying to record in here is overwhelming to me. It really is. But I like it because I like the old cars. Oh, and I guess I should mention, they have all these sections in here for kids where they can make paper airplanes or Lego airplanes, and they actually have a car that they can put the tires on, take the tires off. They can do all kinds of stuff with it, and it's pretty cool. This little guy's all dirty. My favorite car today. It is a purple and turquoise lowrider. Is that not cool? Look at that. Used to see those going downtown when I was in high school all the time. Driving America, Douglas Auto Theater. So this is one of the coolest train tracks I've ever seen. That is pretty cool. You see that? That is pretty neat. It's a big train track. That is pretty neat. They've got a lifesaver car on the train. That is awesome. The Henry Ford Museum. Over there is where you actually get to see the Ford F-150 being made. This right here is the museum I was just in. It is huge. And it was extremely overwhelming with all the people. And over there is Greenfield Village. And that is where they have other parts of American history at. It's actually a pretty amazing place. And I'm going to have to come back. And next time I'm going to have to plan for more time. Because they are almost closed. It is very crazy. The place was packed. Very crazy. Oh yeah, the ticket windows and everything are already closed. But man, what a busy place. I can't believe it. And there's gazillions of cars, gazillions of people. I was getting a little frustrated recording, which is funny because I shouldn't. Because I got to be courteous of other people who want to see things too. And I would be upset if somebody recording was getting in my way. But I just wanted to see cars. It's very interesting how this place works. But I'm going to go and I will talk to you all later. Bye.